Hello, I'm Yochanan Elro, and this is Israel Up Close. For 8 days once a year, during the festival of Passover, Jews around the world eat matzah, or unleavened bread. Most know what the crispy, flat, cracker-like bread substitute looks like, but not many know how it is made, or that one can even bake it at home. IBA's Eli Wogelanter headed out to the West Bank town of Efrat to find out.
This is what it's all about. Matzah, the iconic symbol of the holiday of Passover. These unleavened breads coming out of the oven were made by hand, the same way it's been done for centuries. But these Shmurah, or watched matzahs, aren't being baked at a factory with hundreds of workers. They are the output of 24 school children working under the tutelage of Dr. Ari Greenspan. A dentist by day, Greenspan is infatuated with the round, crispy, cracker-like bread. So much so, in fact, that he built an oven in his basement in Efrat just so that he could bake the matzahs himself.
I mean, there's nothing better. I mean, when we always bake our matzahs Erev Pesach, right? After 12 o'clock or after Chatzot Yom, we bake our matzahs that we use at the Seder. What happens when Pesach falls on Saturday night? So Erev Pesach, the day before Pesach, is Shabbat. You can't bake on Shabbat. So most people that do it at all bake on Friday. We actually come downstairs when we get to the mitzvah of matzah in the Seder. The oven's lit already, and we spend about 18 minutes, and we go ahead and we bake our matzahs, and we go upstairs and eat the matzahs while they're hot. There is nothing better.
It's not for just himself that Greenspan built his oven. He also enjoys bringing in school children to teach them about the mitzvah of matzah, as well as how to make it.
What's not 100% okay is that when we did the redling wasn't done quite hard enough, so we had these bubbles that appeared.
To make a matzah by hand is a 6-step process, and time is of the essence. The whole operation must take no longer than 18 minutes. It starts with the measuring of the 2 ingredients, 1 part water to 3 parts flour. The water is then added to the flour in a bowl, and the second the 2 are mixed, the clock starts. In the 3rd stage, the dough is kneaded with this long slamming rod, which incorporates the water into the very dry dough. Pieces of the dough are then broken off and handed out to the rollers. This 4th step involves flattening out the dough with the rolling pins, much like you would make a pie crust.
This is the 5th stage of the assembly line, making the holes in the matzah with this instrument called the redler. And the holes are made to allow the steam to escape from the dough, which allows the matzah to be baked flat. Dough is then taken, placed on a stick like this, and that stick is then placed inside the oven. 2 minutes later, less than 18 minutes from the time we started, you have a matzah.
Once the matzahs come out of the oven, Greenspan checks to make sure that the dough has been completely baked through. Unbaked parts found inside any folds invalidates the matzah, rendering it technically bread.
How many matzah do you expect to yield from one 18-minute cycle?
About 15 to 18 matzahs.
How cost-effective is that?
Totally not cost-effective if we were selling them, but we're doing it for the mitzvah, so it's extremely cost-effective.
Cost-effective for the matzah-crazy Greenspan and for the children who are learning through the hands-on experience. Eli Wogelanter, IBA News.